The following presentation is part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network.
To the Bombadcast.
What is up, everybody? It is me, your boy Scotty Jarrah, with the Bombadcast on the Beyond the Blast Doors network. Today, I have some unfortunate news. My brother in crime, the Ewok man himself, Jerry Cable, cannot join us, but we do have a fantastic special guest. Yes, this man has actually never been talking about Star Wars on a platform like this, so this will be your first time hearing the one and only Mac DeMarco talking about Star Wars and all of its glory. What's going on, Mac? How we doing, man?
I'm good. I'm in my garage, and it's, what is it, Wednesday?
Yes, it is Wednesday. It's every day is a Saturday to me. So
yeah,
you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, feeling good though. Thank you.
Awesome. Of course, man. My pleasure. You know, it's one of those things, like, been a fan for years, and, you know, every now and then I'll get a little bit of a Star Wars tease. You know, here we do nothing but Star Wars. So, like, hearing you mention Star Wars every now and then has just been really exciting. And, like, you know, here we are having you here to really fully talk about it. It's gonna be awesome, man. Yeah. And for anyone that doesn't know, Mac is actually Canada's Darth Maul, and I know that might sound kind of strange, but we'll get the photo pulled up. This is what he looks like usually every day. Every performance he looks just like this. So seen him a handful of times, and every time he shows up like that, looks fantastic. And he speaks in Sith. It's really weird. But Mac, I want to kick this off with asking you, how long has Star Wars been a part of your life? Like, how long has Star Wars been there for you? Almost like a emotional, I guess, area. How long has it been there for you?
I think about that a lot sometimes, because it's like I don't remember. Like, you know, it's like, you know, I don't remember the first time I saw this stuff. Yeah, and I don't remember like, you know, I remember being like 3-4 years old and being like, oh yeah, like episode 4, episode.
Yes, you know. It was just there.
Yeah, it was just there, and I don't remember the first time seeing it. I remember getting different iterations of like the VHS box sets and stuff as a kid, and you know, watching the Christmas specials and stuff like that.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't remember when it came in. I was just always, you know, even in my elementary school, it was like I wanted to take out the Star Wars book in like kindergarten at the little library in the school. It's like, I'll get the Star Wars book. Yeah,
dude, and I have so many similar stories. I mean, like, same thing, you know, like, just you grew up with it and you have no idea that there was a time before it, you know? And the box set thing is very interesting because there's like 4 different VHS box sets, and they all came around, you know, within the 80s and 90s. It's crazy.
That's the thing I've always, you know, there's a blurriness to me about, like, as a young man, I was always like, well, I think I saw the version, you know, the original without messed up. You know, but maybe my mind is just twisting some of the bonus features on because I don't think they ever released like the OG George Lucas didn't screw.
No, exactly. They have these, of course, like the THX box versions. I don't know if I have mine near me. I don't think I do. I'm looking around to see if I have it. I might. No, nowhere near me. But those THX box sets, those are like the only ones that are almost all the way. But the ones that came out in '97, the special edition ones, man, those are kind of, to me, a travesty. I hate watching those because they got that Java scene where, you know, Han walks. Oh, it's bad.
Why haven't they fixed that yet?
I don't know. You know, it's the whole part where he goes, Jabba, you're a wonderful human being. And I'm like, it's bad. It's terrible.
I don't know. They fixed it so many times before. That CG is crazy. Just throw at least just throw something high tech in there.
Totally.
I don't know.
Or just get rid of it.
Yeah, that could work too. But it's weird, you know, it's just weird thinking, I don't know. I always assumed like I'd seen the untouched. But man, I don't think I did. You know, I think it was just a blur of something. But
sure,
but yeah,
no, totally. Well, I mean, being as you saw it growing up, do you think it's an important series to watch when growing up? Because I have friends that did and friends that didn't. I don't notice any character differences, but definitely in regards to storytelling, they might not understand, some things that I understand a little bit better. I don't know. Do you think it's important to watch it growing up?
I think it's cool. Yeah. I mean, I tell people I was excited when the new ones were coming out a couple of years ago because I'm doing interviews, blah, blah, blah. Remember there's this one interviewer, I can't remember his name, but he was talking about his son. I was like, you got to go take your son to see the new Star Wars. It's like it's an event. It's a thing, because I wasn't alive when the original ones came out in the theaters, but when episode 1 came out and stuff, it's like, I don't know if the new ones had even the same like magnetism as that release.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh my God, it's like a cultural event,
Oh, dude,
so,
it's amazing.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool, especially, for kids. I think it's cool to go see it in the theaters. Come on.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm so afraid, future generations won't have a movie theater to go to, especially after this whole crisis, and like, I think seeing a movie in theaters is the most important thing. And I mean, I kind of want you to elaborate on that because I was young. I was like 5 or 6 when The Phantom Menace came out. And you were what? I'm 25. So you're like,
I'm 30 tomorrow.
Okay, 30 tomorrow? Oh, fantastic. Well, happy birthday, Mac. That's awesome. So like, you were around 10 years old when this dropped then. So like, do you remember?
Menace come out? It came in
99.
Oh yeah, 9 years old, so, probably. Yeah, something like that.
That's amazing. So you would have like remembered like the Jar Binks and Taco Bell and the Watto statue. Oh, that's sick. Tell me about that. That's awesome.
At that point in time too, I was, short young man, had a big, a lot more hair than I have now.
Yeah.
Blonder than I am now. I remember it was the full thing. It was crazy.
Oh,
and even at 9 years old, I felt like I had waited forever for these to come. Because you read, because George was saying that he was making prequels for a long time. So at 9, what am I? I'm nothing. And it's like, and it was like, I can't believe they're finally here. This is amazing, But
that's awesome.
They're like, man, you look like the kid in the movie. It was just like, it was crazy. It was amazing. Yesterday I was trying to think about like when, like actually going to see it, because I know I went to see it in theaters, but I don't remember that specifically. I don't think, but
is there one that you do remember? Because I mean, the one I remember the most in particular is when Revenge of the Sith came out. And like, I remember I was in like 4th grade. I remember leaving 4th grade to go see that like on the very last day of school. And like, that was such a compelling viewing, the wrap up of all of it, it's crazy. Do you have any memories from then?
Return of the Sith. You know what? I might not have seen that one in theaters.
Oh no.
I think me and my friend Dan, we might have pirated it.
That's awesome. Hey, dude, there's way. I mean,
but I don't know. I think episode 1, episode 2, episode 2, I remember going with, I think, my Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was pretty young, but I don't know. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The prequels are a weird time, man, because like there's these things like I have my VHS right here, my Phantom Menace one. Like, it's so bizarre to think like when they came out, I don't know, maybe I was small and I just didn't realize it. Some people didn't like them, and it kind of shocks me now. And because watching back, I'm like, we've got it in like 1080p on Disney Plus, and it's like just amazing. You put it on, like the pod race scene's phenomenal. Everything from the Phantom Menace is like, I don't know. I think it kicks ass.
I think it's good. I think there's a lot of things that Phantom Menace did that even the new ones kind of blew it on a lot. There's a lot of weird stuff too. But the second one, that one's pretty strange. It's pretty strange. Third one, kind of shreds, but it's also pretty strange. But yeah, Phantom Menace, I'll tell you, Darth Maul's theme, like Duel of the Fates, doesn't get much better than that. Does it? Also, you introduce this new badass. He's got like crazy, like, paint the face, double lightsaber sword. You got Liam Neeson. It's just kind of like, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't. It just doesn't.
I mean, look, you obviously have some sort of a love for him. I know I do too. I mean, the thing about Darth Maul, it's like, and have you watched Clone Wars or anything like that? Any of the animated series or no?
I watched a bit of Clone Wars. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
But I've watched. Now, yeah, I don't know. I knew it was around, and I only really ever heard about it recently. But
oh, perfect, man. They're good stuff because I don't want to give anything away, but your boy does end up showing back up.
He's in there. Yeah. He's doing it. Yeah.
It's crazy what they're doing with him right now. I don't know. Because there's new stuff dropping right now. And it's just like, I guess that's the charm of Star Wars. It's like you can go back and retell certain stories, right? I mean, it's almost kind of shocking, like they're doing something different with this stuff right now that I did not expect they'd do with anything really, in regards to storytelling. But yeah, it's pretty beautiful. That's why I love Star Wars. I mean, I have a pretty strong emotional attachment to it,
Yeah, it's great. I never got into Star Trek. I was always, it's my thing. I like it. I like to know about it. I like to watch it. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. And that's just the way it's always been.
Man, I completely agree. And
that's I've always thought of that as like to find some, because when people say they haven't seen Star Wars, it's kind of like, what? Like, what
I mean, like,
but they know, they know a couple things. Obviously, everybody knows a couple things but to find someone, like, can you imagine finding someone that really didn't know? They had no idea the plot twist at the end of Empire Strikes Back. Can you imagine sitting there with them and just watching that reaction? Just that, just taking it as if they were in the theater in the 80s, whatever year it came out.
Oh,
that's amazing. But you can't get away from that. Everybody knows that.
Well, that's the thing. That's the one thing I think you can also attest to probably is like these new films that have came out. There were some moments that were just as heavy. You know what I mean? Just like things you were like, whoa, wait a second. And we'll get into that a little bit later, There's a couple of times in Star Wars that I've been like really, truly moved to tears just from the beauty of the moment, the composition of the music, the things they do visually with Star Wars. Has anything really, like, even if the new ones or the originals, like really kind of just like moved you like through into your soul, man?
Oh, the new ones get me because in the theaters, and it's loud. It's loud, and and it's I don't know. What was it in the last one that
I'll tell you mine. It was when Luke lifted up the X-wing and the music was playing.
And he had stuff with Luke in the what is it? What's the middle new one called? It's
The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Luke's back. He's out in that. He's on the sand flats or whatever. I'm just like, oh, there's my boy. Like, okie dokie. That's great. I love that. And I know it is a lot of people complain. Oh, this like fan serving, blah blah blah. I was served. I'm happy. I got my boy back. That's great. I love it. No problem.
Yes.
That's cool.
Well, he went down the same path as Yoda and the same path as Obi-Wan, I mean, they both became hermits. And what happens to Luke when his apprentice goes and does something bad, or he thinks it's going to do something bad? He goes into exile, just like he learned from his masters before him. I think the whole, complaining of Luke Skywalker really kind of irks me because he just learned from his masters before him, I mean,
he's dope. He's doing
he's fit. He's amazing. And then, dude, the moment wherever he's on crate and he's got the lightsaber, and then Kylo Ren goes to chop him in half and he doesn't get cut in half. He's like, what is this? And then they show him on the rock, meditating, and he's not even there.
That's dope. And people complain about, what does he do? He brushes that's tight. Come on. That's all good. I like that. That's fine. I like
totally.
That. Yeah.
It was.
I like the whole thing.
The whole thing is great, man. The music, the moment. I like the one thing I think they did the best with these new films, and I love Rey. Rey's a great character, but they nailed like Anakin and Sky. They nailed Ben Solo so well. They got Han's son, Anakin Skywalker's grandchild. You got like this so much weight on this one dude's shoulders, and all he wants to do is go against it. But I mean, it's the end of Rise of Skywalker. He ultimately comes back around. I think it's amazing.
That's so strange. In the end of that movie, he like turns into like kind of like a college guy for a second. ouch. It's like, what happened here?
Yeah.
You got this weird kind of like art student sweater on all of a sudden. It's like, what's going on?
I was reading it was like an Old Navy sweater. It was just like with a hole right there, you know. That is funny, man.
I'll tell you the one thing that kind of like we were saying about the Duel of the Fates.
Sure.
Big banging themes. That was the one thing I like that one in the new ones that do like that's okay. But for the most part, the new one kind of lacked the big bombastic like stick in your mind, like blow you out of your movie theater seat. Like the soundtrack was a little weird to me. I didn't get the Duel of the Fates. Oh my God. It's like you take this great catalog of Star Wars music, you plop that on top of it, shaboom, no problem. But I don't know. The new ones, like some of the themes are cool. I don't know, but it just was like I don't know.
Nothing will compare to the ending of the Phantom Menace, and then repeating it again in Revenge of the Sith. Just using that music is just so huge, and I agree. The prequels music is. I love the original trilogy, and this might be a bold statement. My fans that listen might not be very happy with it, but I mean, the prequels really do have some of the best Star Wars music. Just like the Droid March theme, you know. Boom.
What's that?
Man, it shreds, man. You really that could be played like on a guitar and sound sick.
You know what I like a lot? You know,
what's up?
In the Return of the Jedi, the when they redid it, so at the end it's kind of like, oh, look at the whole galaxy is celebrating, and there's all the CGI.
Yeah. Sure.
That song, the boo-doo, na, 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 na.
Yeah.
And it's like all there's a chaka, 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 chaka.
Yeah.
That's great. That is great. What's it called? I think it's called the Ewok celebration.
Yeah, Yub Nub, or Victory Celebration. They for some reason they got two.
Victory Fanfare. There it is. Yeah.
Yes, there it is.
John, you did it. Oh,
that's the thing. Like, I love the Return of the Jedi. Okay, so at the end of the show, we'll get into a segment I love doing with my guest, but John Williams in Return of the Jedi just has some great songs, like the song before the Battle of Endor. It's like dun 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 dun, and like it's them all arriving at the same exact time. Oh, it's just I don't know. I don't think Return of the Jedi gets the love it deserves. Really, like truly.
I don't know. If anybody, I ain't got time for the conversation of like people being like, oh, trilogy.
Yeah,
you know, the original trilogy. It's like they're all dope.
Oh my God.
Just go ahead.
You know, completely agree. People, you know, and I understand people's opinions, and I mean, they grew up with it just like we did. They might have a different perspective of it, but like the complaining of it, like we're getting new stuff. Like this was, if you would have told me this when I was like 10 years old, I wouldn't have believed you because it was done. I mean, everything was done. No more new Star Wars. And the fact that I'm
even talking about people just talking about the even just the original three, like, oh, Jedi. Oh, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on,
they're revolutionized filmmaking. I mean, come on.
They're great. They're dope. I don't know.
Totally. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's obvious that you love it. And I'm glad. I love hearing you talk about it because, I mean, over the internet for years, I've seen you post stuff, and I kind of want to ask you a couple of things about some of the things you've posted before. So I'll pull up this photo real quick, and I want to hear some perspective on this one. What was this, Mac? What's going on here?
That was at a show that we played on. I don't remember how many years ago. Probably like 4 or 5 years ago at this point.
Okay,
maybe 4, something like that. But we were playing a show in Vancouver, and it was on Halloween.
Okay.
And the idea was, because we walk out, you know, sometimes bands have like music that you walk out to when you're going to start your show. So sometimes we'll just straight up do the main theme from Star Wars and people go crazy for that. And sometimes we like to do Duel of the Fates, you know. So So we had been doing Duel of the Fates, and then I thought it would be funny. We had it all set up. So while there was 3 bands on the bill, and as the opening bands were playing, we were getting this makeup put on, and as a band would come off stage, they would get the makeup put on as well. So it wasn't only me, it was my entire band.
That's
and
sick.
Both the opening bands. So everyone was set up. By the time we walked out on stage, Duel of the Fates played, and like 15 Darth Mauls all walked out onto the stage. And the crowd was really confused because we looked pretty nuts, you know, and like it was hard to recognize us, and everyone. It was strange.
I think this is one right here from it, and you can kind of see in the background what we have going on. I mean, it looks like your keyboardists and guitarists had makeup on, and then
everybody was
somewhere behind you.
Yeah, but it was crazy because it was really hard to play in that makeup, and it also like if you caught you're looking for somebody for like a cue or something on stage, and you just burst out laughing because they look exactly like Darth Maul. So it was like it was a strange thing to do, but it was really just for that initial moment, just walking up and being like, look how many Darths there are up here. It was,
it's kind of iconic in a weird way because you don't see this often, I mean, people that go on stage, so I respect it too because it's good to take yourself serious. But I mean, I've seen you like 4 times, man, and I love the show you bring out because you have this persona of welcoming and like, hey, look, we're all on the same level. We're not going to end up, like being better or bigger than you. I mean, you jam and you have a lot of fun. So I love that aspect of it because this is so humanizing. It's like we're just here, enjoying this. This is just silly. We're all here together having fun. I love it, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
I had a great time with that. It was so strange.
It's so awesome. This one right here. Okay, I got to ask you a question first because this really is. I don't know. I've been thinking about this. Yeah. Mac, why did it take so long for Yoda to die? Number one, he was legitimately like he was like. And then like he goes to roll over on the other side of the bed and he rolls back. It's just like I think it's really kind of funny. I don't know.
I don't know. I think if you look at the way that these especially a character like Yoda, I figure he can die whenever he wants to die. He's the one that's in charge of when he dies.
Sure.
He's kind of like he's trying to make the scene dope. He's trying to make Luke go like, oh, Yoda. But at the same time, it's like, oh, and then he's like, oh, crap, forgot something. Rolls right out of it. And then after he dies, it's not like he's even dead anyway. So
this the thing falls, the blanket falls and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, they've recently actually said, man, this is crazy. That blanket, I'll show the photo again, that he was dying in. That's you. The blanket that you were dying in. No, the blanket that Yoda was dying in, whatever he was wrapped up in. This is crazy, man. That was actually Qui-Gon Jinn's robes. That's like one of the. Yeah, that's what they said recently in a story. So, isn't that wild, man? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Yeah, it's kind of badass.
He took him off Qui-Gon's corpse?
I don't know. I mean, before I guess they burned burned him at the end of the Phantom Menace. I guess they might have just
getting burned at the end of Phantom Menace, though, right? Like you see the corpse.
Yeah. Oh, dude, straight up.
Is he wearing?
No, he's not. He's not wearing the robes. He's wearing just the garb. So yeah, that pretty cool, huh? Yeah, pretty wicked. Good. So while looking at this, what's going on here, bud? I like it. It's a great photo. You look just like him.
I'm looking at it now, and I thought this was just at our. My girlfriend took it, I'm sure. I don't know how it. I mean, it's a funny photo. But I'm looking at it now, and it that's not my bedroom. I see this photo sometimes on the internet, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was back in my house in New York in Queens, but
sure,
it's not. That's not my bedboard. I don't know whose sheets those are. It's my computer.
Yeah,
but
totally.
I don't know exactly where I am, and it's kind of tripping me out. Like that, what is this paisley duvet cover? It's strange.
Hey, it's nice. Let's be honest, and you look like you're enjoying it. But that is kind of funny. The fact that you don't realize where it's on. Hey, it happens, man. I don't know what it was, but hey, it's something. This next photo, okay, because I've seen this for years. I kind of want to know the story, if there's even a story behind it. I don't know if you just like it, but the On the Level music video, what's going on, bud? While we got Palpatine with the fingers moving up and down a little bit.
I think with this, it was just like I was looking up. Sometimes when you put music out, you make like kind of like a track release video. So it's kind of like I wouldn't call it like necessarily like a music video, but it's like there's that one. There's another one with the piano for another song. There's another one with a dog walking for another song.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I just when you go on YouTube, I don't know how to make 3D models. I do a little bit now, but at the time,
oh, cool,
not really. But it's like, yeah, you just go on YouTube, you look up free 3D, and usually it's like a video of this is what the model looks like. They rotate it so you can see the back of it. Yada yada yada. It's not a green screen. Free green screen. Boom. Took it, chucked it in. That's funny because if I did that today, I'm sure my lawyer would probably be like, Disney's going to sue us. But at the time,
isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
I've never understood how copyright stuff works, but that's pretty. It's just a funny model to use because I mean I love Palpatine. Palpatine's really one of my favorite characters, and
he's dope. Yeah.
Oh, dude, him showing up in the Rise of Skywalker is one of the coolest things in the world.
That was for me. It was kind of like I'm stoked. Here's the thing. Sure. But it's like all the preamble, the Star Wars Celebration, whatever. It's like here's what's his name? What's the actor's name?
Ian McDiarmid.
Ian McDiarmid.
Yeah.
He comes out. Everyone's like, oh my god! There's all this stuff on the internet. Everybody knows Palpatine's gonna come back. Yeah. Then you go to the theater. And on the initial scroll, it's like Palpatine's back. No,
dude, it was the dead speak.
It's like what is
so
this?
Vague.
What is this? And then Oscar Isaac's character's going around being like, "Yeah, Palpatine." It's like, how do you know who Palpatine is? What's going on?
Exactly.
I liked that movie a lot, but those first 30 minutes in the theater, I was like, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like, what is happening?
Dude, I love The Rise of Skywalker, and I've got it. Look, I got the disc right here. I mean, I've watched it probably like 15, 20 times, and like
it's out now. I finally stream it on the Disney Plus thing the other day. I couldn't find it. They haven't put it on that.
Oh, it comes out Monday on Disney Plus actually. So look, man, it's gonna May the 4th, fam. But
yeah, right.
Dude, yeah. So yeah. But man, my school let out March 13th, and like it still feels like March 15th. Like I can't believe so much time's flown by. Yeah. But dude, after watching this movie like 15 times, I finally feel like the pacing works. But man, I'm not gonna lie, that first viewing, you're like, the dead speak, and there's Palpatine, then Rey's training, and then they're going to get that spy, and then they're on that planet with the dancing people. I was like, whoa, this is way too much, really.
Crazy. It was crazy. I enjoyed it, but it was crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. And I just think, funny enough, I want to bring this up too. I was at that celebration, actually. Me and my friends were there when they had the whole moment. And there's a reaction video of me on YouTube that has like 2 million views. And like, man, like I cried like a baby because it was so unexpected when you just heard the laugh, Oh, man, it was wild.
We watched it in my living room. I got big speakers in there. Me and my bass player were just like, oh, man.
Yeah.
So, it's exciting stuff. I can't believe, can't imagine being there in person. That would be bonkers. But
hey, you know what? And I will tell you this: there will be another one. It says it's in August, but with this whole COVID thing, it probably won't be. But the next one's in California. So if you're looking for someone to go with, I mean, I'll be there, man.
I'm down to go. Where do you live? You live in Los Angeles? Is that
no, man, dude. I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Like I'm down south, man, where the weather was crazy last night. But I am nowhere near California, unfortunately. So
I see. Okay, never mind. We had to cross some wires there. I mean, that's the thing about being out here is that there's things like LA is like the land of conventions. Because I'm assuming that the Star Wars Celebration is kind of like that.
Yes,
huge merch area.
Dude,
I want to go to the video game ones. I want to go to the Star Wars ones. I want to go to the pro audio ones. I want to go to the furry ones. I want to do it all. I want to do it all.
Totally, the furry one. That's amazing. I mean, like, I've been to 2 of these celebrations, man, and I'm not even gonna lie. As a fan, it's like truly transcendent. Like you hear all this negativity. It's in Anaheim, man. It's Anaheim. It's supposed to be in August, but look, I'll get back in touch with you, man. It's actually and it's gonna probably get postponed to April, but look, I mean, we've got extra tickets too that we'll probably be able to get you. So it would be fun. Yeah. That would be fantastic, man. No,
I'll dress up. People dress up.
Dude, it is wild. I can send you some stuff. There is some fantastic things you see there. But look, I'm gonna ask you one more question about this one because this one's very interesting. Because here at the Bombadcast, you can see obviously our logo, our person is Jar Jar Binks. So this one, my favorite one. Did you get this custom made? Like, what is? Yeah,
you know what's really crazy? I just Googled Jar Jar Christmas or something, and it was there, and I was like, oh, this is a really nice. Like, I like the blue. He's got the stuff on. He's got the hat on. This is a really nice photo. It's really
great.
Nice. So, lucky me that it was. I think there's a community of people on the internet, at least, that are kind of like, Jar Jar's actually pretty cool. So,
totally.
So I think. I don't know. I just found one of those people that had made a little Jar Jar. It worked perfectly for me.
Oh, totally. And the thing about Jar Jar, man, is because I want to hear your perspective because, I mean, I'm a goofy guy myself, man. I do a Star Wars podcast, and it's like the thing I love to do the most. And middle school teacher, so I got to be goofy for these kids. But, like, what about Jar Jar why do you feel maybe a sort of connection to him. I know I do. At any point, have you ever watched and been like, man, I understand this? Because we were kids when it came out, and for some reason the adults that saw it when we were kids were like, oh, he's the worst, he's terrible. I mean, I never felt that way, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember watching the movie as a kid, and it was kind of like, look at this, it was for me. It was made for me at the time that I saw the
exactly.
movie. It was like, look, kid, here, look at this guy. Look at this goofy character. Go ahead. He's bouncing around. And it's like, and it was fun, and watching now, it's strange, but it's still fun. And, everything about the character is bizarre. And, I like that, I like the fact that everybody hates him and everybody hated him, and that, it makes me like him more. And also, it's just the idea, the possibilities. Because you look at this, and George Lucas really shoved them in that first movie. He's everywhere. And then after that, when everyone hated him, he's gone. He's gone. And
now it's kind of weird. Like, I almost felt bad because the actor Ahmed Best, I mean, he had to struggle with some serious, emotional issues after it because he put his heart into it, and then people, adults at the time were like, oh, he's the worst thing ever. He ruined Star Wars. And I really do think like George had to write him out the scripts for episode 2 and episode 3 because of the backlash, unfortunately, Yeah. It's weird.
Well, I don't know. Wait, so Ahmed Best, was he the, because I thought there was a different voice actor and because there was a guy doing thing.
So look, I can actually show you. I got a pin of Ahmed Best. It's like a charity pin they were selling, and it's like literally him in the mocap suit, right?
Yeah, I've seen
with the Jar Jar head on.
But he did the voice as well.
Yes, he did the voice actually as well.
I thought it was two different people for some reason, but I know that guy. Yeah.
Oh, he's great. And like he put a post out there in 2017 about like how he almost killed himself because he was young and like he was standing on the Brooklyn Bridge. He's like, I might actually end up doing this because people hated him that much. He put his heart into it, and it's weird. Like this vitriolic feeling is still present in Star Wars, and I don't understand why. You would think after a moment like that, I
think it's just people love it so much.
Yeah,
it comes with the territory, But God bless Ahmed. That's
man.
That,
he's
Star
a
Wars
peach.
be without Jar Jar, huh?
Exactly. Now I had the weird, and I don't know if you did. I can pull a photo of it up. But they had like a Jar Jar popsicle that was Jar Jar's tongue and Jar Jar's mouth open whenever you would eat it. It's just like you're like deep throating Jar Jar's tongue. It's disguised. So I'll pull it up. Hold on. It is the weirdest thing ever. But yeah. Hold on. I don't know. I love Jar Jar. I think Jar Jar is like he's nowhere on this thing except like the very back of the VHS. You would think he'd be up and center, you think he'd be Maul's eyes right up there, but it's actually
they wrote him out. I think I don't know. There's something about him. I don't know. I wanted to make a whole music video about him at one point, but like I said, the lawyers.
Yes.
So you can't do that.
Dude, I feel that. Real quick, I'm going to get that pulled up on the screen so you can see it. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, man, I really do feel that Jar Jar just got a bunch of undeserved hate, and it really is very unfortunate that the actor had, felt the way he felt. But this is the toy. Look at that, man. It's like bright red,
It's crazy.
I remember having this and actually eating.
And
like, dude,
that was a good idea. That's
dude,
crazy.
Look at the ridges on the tongue. It looks like a sex toy. Like, look at this. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's so
cool.
gross.
At the same time, it's so also not the most convenient way. What is it supposed to like save your popsicle when you're like not like what is it's just gonna melt into the bottom of the chassis anyway. Like I don't understand. It's
just look
weird.
At this. Oh God, man,
that's really strange. It's like
I miss the 90s. Yeah? It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Yeah, there's some times where I think like, man, merchandising has gone too far. And you see something you're like that, like, okay, maybe it hasn't. Like, that is bizarre. That is for real bizarre. I got one more photo that I want to ask you about because I mean it's in the same vein as the last Palpatine photo, but what's going on here? What we got here? This ornament of Palps.
Again, I mean, this one, because when I do the Christmas covers, I usually pop them up on YouTube, and
yeah.
I did one on Christmas Eve this year, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I made that. I did that. I used that Jar Jar photo for the last one. So, I looked up. Luckily, look at pull that one up again.
Sure.
Look at that.
Christmas.
That's nice too. What a nice.
It is.
Can you imagine that on your tree? I didn't have a Christmas tree this year, but that is a nice ornament. It is
a pretty ornament.
It
really is.
I like this one too. It already looks like a record cover. Palpatine right in the middle, Christmas tree around, nice lights.
Do you think he would like Christmas? Do you think he would like I think he's more of a traditional kind of guy. He loves operas and shit. So he probably he would love a good Christmas carol.
Maybe.
I feel like he would really dig it.
I wonder what
That's
Christmas,
the thing.
Well, I guess they have Christmas in Star Wars with the specials and stuff. There you go. So
yes, the holiday special, Life Day, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, totally. I mean, that's the thing. Like Star Wars is so universal and stuff. They got to have a Christmas. Let's be real. They have to.
Yeah. Look at him.
That's great.
There. So cute. Nice chair.
Stoic.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. I don't know. Palpatine is just so iconic for this reason, Like just this image. He would say something really kind of clever before he tries to pull your soul to the dark side. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Mac, one thing I want to ask you, man, do you have any big Star Wars traditions? Is there anything that you like? Do you not tour or play on May the 4th to keep the day holy?
No. Well, depends. Sometimes we're doing it. Sometimes we're not. But this year we're definitely. It's just for Star Wars, isn't it?
Yes.
When's Cinco de Mayo? Is that on the 4th or the 5th? Cinco.
Fifth.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
But
man.
No, I don't know. I think somebody's birthday is on May 4th as well. I'm not going to remember who it is, and they're probably going to see this and get angry at me because I think they're quite close to me.
Mm-hmm. My cousin Troy's that day, and that's that. I want to celebrate it then.
Might have been Joe. I think it's Joe. But nice. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's traditions. I don't know. What do people do on May 4th? Is there something?
Well, not even just May 4th. Do you go opening nights to see the movies? The recent ones like Solo and Rogue One and all the other ones? Oh, man, I love opening nights.
I mean, I feel like I'm doing a service when the new ones come out. I'll go 2 months in advance. I'll buy 15 tickets.
Same.
And then be like, okay, come on. I got one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because then it's then, especially if you're giving them to people, nobody, then they have to come. They have to. Because I want it to be, when the first new one came out, Force Awakens, it was I had bought tickets to go see it, assuming that I wouldn't be able to get tickets when it actually came out. So we had, and then I realized I was living in such a weird part of New York City kind of, off the beaten path. There were theaters around there that I could get. I mean, keep in mind that the seats that I was getting off the cuff were front row, right in front of the screen. But I think I saw it 8 times in the first 3 days it was out. And then it was anytime one of my roommates would come home, I'd be like, yo, what are you doing? They're like, nothing. I'm like, okay, let's go to the Bay. Let's go see the movie again.
Yeah.
But I know, I think it's, I love it. I love it.
That's a beautiful tradition because The Force Awakens is one of those for me as well. I'll never forget seeing it for the first time. And Han dying and everything in that moment was just dude, that was transcendent, man. I mean, you felt the theater get moved and stuff. And I don't know, The Force Awakens kind of had a Phantom Menace hype to it. They were on GMA, they were on everything. And, they were doing Tonight Show stuff. They were just, Star Wars was everywhere again. And it was, it's beautiful, man. I think we're lucky to have what we have. And I mean, an opening night tradition, man, that's something I love to do as well, And hey, have you seen The Mandalorian yet? Did you watch that yet or no?
I watched that. Yeah, we were watching it. It was coming out as we were on tour in Europe end of last year. So
sure.
So yeah, we every time there'd be a new episode, we'd finish sound check and then go turn all the lights off in the green room and pop it on with a Bluetooth speaker or something on somebody's HBO account. But yeah, it was great. I enjoyed that a lot. It was really cool.
That's sick, man. Like a baby Yoda. I mean, that reveal, that was one of those, just great Star Wars moments. You're watching it and then all of a sudden, this bounty's 50 years old and you're watching it and they show that little thing and it opens up and it's a child. It's a little kid. Not only that, it's whatever. We don't know anything about Yoda's species. It's literally that. And that was just,
Yeah.
I freaked out. I lost it. I couldn't know what to do with myself. It was just it was a Star Wars moment, man. I don't know. Do you have any moments that you love like that? Was there a moment? Anything, Mandalorian, just the new stuff.
New stuff, trying to think of stuff like aside from the obviously I'm gonna love Luke's back. Oh, there's Han Solo. Wow, they're in the Millennium Falcon. That kind of stuff. I remember seeing the in Force Awakens when they go to Maz Kanata's castle or whatever, and there's the they have it's almost like a new cantina band theme. Yeah. That I was really stoked on that. And I remember trying to find it after I'd seen the movie a couple times that first time. Maybe I never actually. I don't think they released the soundtrack till later, so maybe I haven't heard it since then. But I really like that Adam Driver guy. I like him.
Oh, great!
I like him, and I like the Kylo Ren character, and I like that last movie with a little bit of kind of confused romance thing, the kids and but maybe a little, it was like I like that. I don't know. I think he's sexy. I think he's a really sexy guy.
Oh,
and I think
beautiful.
Something about it. I don't know. I love it. I love that. I don't know. That character. I think he's also really, I don't know. Rey, I like a lot too. By the end of the last, I'll tell you the one thing that I was, what is up with her weird short pants? The short pants,
like some capris.
The capri pant things. It's like nobody's calves are looking good in those. It's a weird cut. I don't know. I feel bad for Daisy Ridley that they made it weird. That's a weird. What is that pant? What is it? It's not right. And it's weird. And I think eventually they take them off of her and give her some other pants, but. Yeah, I like that character, but the pants are just weird.
The pants, I think that's the biggest takeaway.
You don't see, it's just kind of like how to make legs look strange,
Yes.
Weird boots, short pants. All you see is this one short chunk of flesh. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Boot pants. That is weird. I never thought about that. You've brought a new, that's the thing about this podcast. Been doing it for so long. I hear all kinds of new perspectives. That is definitely I might end up watching all these movies completely different after you pointed that out. It is kind of
weird. It's weird.
And then
but I like, that her whole character. I kind of draw a lot of similarities to you ever seen that Miyazaki movie, Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind? It's kind of, she's got a lot. You never seen that movie?
No, I need to get on that.
Oh, you got to watch this movie.
Okay.
Yeah. I think a lot of the imagery in Force Awakens, at least, it's kind of lines up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See this movie. I don't know if you like cartoon movies, but this.
Oh no, I do. Oh, totally. I mean, I'll watch anything like that. That's the thing. That's the coolest thing about Star Wars is this, because you brought it up perfect. It was the idea of this imagery and how sometimes the imagery parallels each other. Like the part where obviously Han and Ben, are on that thing and he's about to kill Han Solo. That part's intense, the dark light and everything. But then you get the contrast to it in The Rise of Skywalker where, that was one of the best moments in the theater too, is when Harrison Ford shows back up in the final movie. You're like, what? What is this? So it's like the opposite of that moment, that Ben's now needs this redemption. He's looking in his dad's eyes. He's looking.
Well, I was thinking,
for that acknowledgement again.
With that whole thing with the dark. I remember some of the promotions, even in the theaters when Force Awakens came out. It was like the ads before the movie were kind of like, "Which side will you choose, the dark or the light?" Like as if you have a choice. Like every other Star Wars movie, dark side bad, And then so I thought that they were going to do something, and I guess they kind of did. But at the end, Ben Solo's still, a good guy or whatever. He was just a little, kind of like angsty, misguided teen for a couple of years or whatever. But
sure.
But I thought they were really going to flip the script in a way and make the dark side and the light side a little more ambiguous or something like that. But I don't know. didn't really. I guess they kind of did because and then in the end, it turns out that Rey she comes from this is pure evil, but she's good, and then Ben is
totally
from good, but is bad. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. Star Wars. Wow.
It's interesting. Yeah, that is kind of a weird poet. I think it just cut out for a second. Her family's from the dark and his family's from the light, but there's a different parallel. That's kind of beautiful, man. That's awesome. I love the sequel trilogy for that reason. It is very different, and it did a lot of things I didn't expect it to do. Like, it really took some crazy risk. The Force Awakens played it safe, but the other two were like, all right, we're gonna throw this on your head a little bit,
Yeah, they went to town and then they didn't really shake hands that well in the end. But hey, we got 2 movies, so it's all good. Like that. What was
totally.
Rose? Character? Is that her name? Where did she go in the last movie?
Yes.
See you later.
Yes.
Like what the I don't
exactly.
I don't know. I don't know.
I get it. Like and then they included some new characters too. Yeah, I really wish Rose would have not taken a back burner so much, but I guess she kind of had to. I guess if you're writing it and you don't have to include her.
I talk about this sometimes here. I talk about this with the new movies.
Mm-hmm.
Take for example, not Force Awakens. The second one was
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So, for example, there's a couple parts in it, like Luke is like milking the greasy space cow thing, boob or whatever, drinking the milk.
Dude, there was someone like that at Celebration, and I got to suck on the teats of the thalassirene at the convention. So look forward to that.
And there's also like Chewbacca feels bad for eating a porg or something like that. He doesn't want to eat that.
Yes.
So and there's these undertones of kind of like, I don't know, almost like, vegetarianism or something like that, which is cool, that's great. But my thing about it, it's like, because it was really, there were a couple moments where it was kind of like, check this out, But for me, it's like, whenever in Star Wars, has anyone ever eaten anything except for like gray slop? And like, why should I care what they're eating in this movie all of a sudden? That's what I came out of. It's like,
became a Tarantino movie.
In Force Awakens, it's like she adds the water to the weird thing that turns into the space bread. Great, gray space bread. But I don't know. It's like what is this? It's like why? Like, don't introduce food into this galaxy. I don't want to think about that. It's like almost like if they introduced toilets or something. Like, I don't need to know what toilets look like in Star Wars.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
I don't know. I always talk about that. I always think about it because those scenes are really like, here I am. And it's kind of like, what is this? Eating the, I don't know. It's weird.
That's a strange observation because there's a lot of takeaways in that movie, and that's the first one I've heard, 100%. That in regards to just a bizarre thing that you've never seen before. Eating is something that's often not shown in Star Wars,
No.
You see in a ton of other movies, but not Star Wars. Wow.
No.
Huh. I'm gonna do a whole episode about that. If you want to come back, we can talk about that. That is weird. That is strange. Wait a minute.
It's weird, right?
You're onto something, Mac. You are onto something. That's great. I want to ask you a question real quick because I find this question is super interesting, and the responses I've always gotten are so different. And I've always seen that Star Wars can be categorized into 3 different things, the movies at least. You've got what's the best one, what's your favorite, and what is the most fun Star Wars movie? Because it's almost hard you can't just choose a best. Like, you can't, you obviously can, but like, there's 3 different ways you can split it up. And I mean, if I can give you mine, I will. And then I would love to hear yours.
Sure.
Okay. So the ones I love, the best one to me has always been Return of the Jedi. I don't know why. I grew up with it. I think it's just so well done. The music in the moment is just phenomenal. My favorite is The Rise of Skywalker now. I think it's just truly one of those movies that I just have really enjoyed rewatching recently. And the most fun is somewhere. I love The Phantom Menace, but I also love Solo. Solo was a good movie, man, with the Kessel Run and everything. So I don't know.
Not for me.
Not for you? Oh,
that one's not for me.
Dive down in that hole. I want to hear that. I want to hear that because that's a hot take.
Shouldn't have been made. Not for me.
Oh, here we go. Interesting.
There's no actors nowadays that they don't make them like they used to. You're trying to do a young Harrison Ford style of Ryan Gosling is trying to be this new man like that. Yeah, forget about it.
That's awesome. That is wild. I love hearing that because not many people say that. That's a bold statement. Fantastic. Look at this face, y'all. Let's get a close up on this face. No, it's gonna be a no from Mac.
Not that one. That was the one. Yeah, can't do that one.
Okay.
Not for me.
Okay.
No,
so you saw it though. You saw
it in
it.
the theaters. Yeah, I went to the theaters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and you left.
No disrespect, like whatever.
No,
it's cool, dude. But just not for me.
Okay, that's an honest thing to admit because some people, I mean, regardless if they like it or not, they try to defend it for some reason. But good for you for like really, making it,
This is not for
and making. Yeah, totally. So now that we kind of went down that hole, what is your best favorite and most fun, if you can even categorize them?
I think as a kid, Jedi was definitely my favorite.
Yes.
It was like, hell yeah, here's Luke. He's got the green lightsaber. He's killing, he's fighting his dad. He's killing the old crusty guy. Everything's crazy. These furry guys. Everything's great.
You got Jabba.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that as a young man, I think that kids, they identify a little more. As me being a young boy, it was kind of like,
sure.
Luke. He's the hero. I want to be like Luke, So I think as a kid that was my favorite. Now and then you grow up a little bit, and then it's kind of like, wow, girls are chill, in my experience at least. And it's like, oh man, and then I think probably my nowadays Empire is I think the best for me. You can't deny that the tension between Han Solo and Leia. It's amazing, and I love that. That's the big twist. There's all the
Lando
and it's amazing. I think it's
Lando's so smooth. Oh,
really,
see, I'm trying to get the Lando stash right now. I can't do it, but I'm trying.
I think it's just cool how it's like there's it feels like a chunk in like because it kind of starts there in the middle of something. And then at the end, it's like, it's got the cliffhanger. I don't know. It's cool. But yeah, anyway,
it's intense.
And then for my favorite, is that the next one you said?
I think it was most fun. Most fun is definitely episode 1 for me. Yeah, dude, same boat. Cool.
You can watch it and laugh at it with friends. You can also just enjoy it normally. Yeah. The soundtrack bangs hard.
So good.
The sound design in that movie, like the pod racing scene, that's still that sets a bar. Still my touring with front of house guys always kind of like, dude, it's the best. So
it is.
It's crazy, and I think it's there's a little bit of there's a lot going on in that movie. It's a lot,
totally,
and so I like that. It's fun. And what was
that's the thing? That was it. You got them all. You did favorite, best, and most fun. You got it. I mean,
no wait, favorite. Oh yeah, no, I did, didn't I?
I think he said Return of the Jedi.
Wait, favorite? Oh yeah, no, yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I feel like. I mean, I've listened and been around your music for so long, and like you have such a unique, I guess, way of shooting and doing your videos and stuff. And I think it's for some reason I've always watched it and been like, you know what? Why do I feel like I'm watching the Phantom Menace when I see some stuff? It's like the VHS look, man. I don't know. It's got a thing going on, and I'm telling you, the Phantom Menace has got some crazy stuff in it, everywhere. Yeah. The CG was kind of there. It wasn't quite there, but like,
but it's good though.
It's good.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. You got Wada, who's like this old Arabian man who's like, I don't say it's about it. There's a pause.
Yeah, there's some pretty interesting stuff going on in that movie, thanks to George. But hey, what do you? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just I really like Ewan McGregor. I love Ewan McGregor.
Oh God, one of the best.
Liam Neeson, come on, I love you, Liam. I love you, Link.
It's so he did Shawshank Redemption, Les Miserables, and then he did that movie. It doesn't even make sense if you really think about it. You're like, how did you go from doing like two of like the most beautiful films of all time to then going to do the Phantom Menace?
I remember finding out that Liam Neeson was like all of a sudden an action star, like with the Taken stuff. I was like,
yeah.
Because I remember him from, kind of like dramas in the 90s, or what, like there's that one movie where his son like accidentally kills his girlfriend or whatever. I was like, that's what kind of, that's the kind of movie that Liam Neeson is in,
Yes.
And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, like Lenore, like they've taken her. I was just like, this is crazy. And then he's in that one with like the CGI wolf or whatever. Like, that's crazy. He's amazing. And then I saw that. I saw the other one. It's him and the therapist from The Departed, and he's on like a train that's going to explode or something. Oh my God, he's the best. He's the best. And then there's all these pictures of him out in public, where he's pissed his pants in public. Mad respect. And there's a couple different theories. Google this. There's so many of these photos, and there's two theories. Either he's a very heavy drinker, which, people got their things, whatever. I'm not saying any disrespect. But other people also think that perhaps it's because he has an egregious or a large...
Oh, my God. Mac, this is incredible. I've never seen this before.
Let me see. Where are these? I want to see these.
I'm going to pull it up in 1 second, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This reminds me of...
He's like cruising down the street like happy as a clam. And he's chilling. He's got piss all over his pants. It's amazing. And I'm not trying to throw any shade or anything like that. I pee my pants in public all the time. I've done it on stage a lot. And I think it's...
Yes. Just look at this.
Hell yeah. Look, that one in the middle. That's a lot of piss. It's so sick.
He doesn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't care. It's beautiful. Just cruising.
This is incredible. Oh,
cruising
I'm dying.
down the street, and that's Qui-Gon right there. No problem.
You got my media guys busting the gut. This is funny, man. Oh.
Yeah.
I never knew about this. This is going to be the new meme. Oh, my God.
Could be a heavy drinker, might just have incredibly large private parts that are hard to control. The mystery is one of those great ones of the universe.
This is really a thing. I mean, I remember when Fergie did it on stage or whatever that was, but this is something else.
It's awesome.
Repeated offensives. Look at this. He does look a little trash in each photo. You're not wrong, Mac. He looks pretty messed up.
Who knows?
Yeah. What a
I got a lot of respect for that guy. A lot of respect.
Me too now. Holy cow. See, I knew we'd have a fun interview, but I didn't know if it would go here. So this is pretty nice. Yeah. You really added some flavor to this. Thank you. My God.
Yeah.
Let's get one more for the viewers at home. Let's get a full screen.
The top left is so crazy. That's
Look at all that.
Full bladder.
God, but I just released it all. That reminds me that Adam Sandler
looks like a fan pic too. It's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll get a photo with you, and then you review that. I can't believe I got a picture with Liam Neeson. You like send it to your friend, and they're like, his pants are pissed in this photo. It's crazy.
That is top tier. Oh my God, man!
Insane.
See, oh, that's great. I want to look into more of celebrities, I guess, peeing themselves now. I didn't know that was a thing. That is a beautiful moment to capture on camera. Well, who would have thought? Man. So he goes from the Phantom Menace to this. That's great. I'm glad. I mean, he's not even that old, I guess. That's even crazier. He's not like a really old man who's just, senile and just peeing himself. Man.
He's living his best life.
Okay. That is amazing. Mac, do you want to do some quick trivia? Do you want to do some Star Wars trivia before we end this whole thing?
Sure.
Okay. Now I'll show the people this. You have an opportunity to win one of these if we get them right. Heck, even if you don't get them right, you'll probably end up with the shirt anyway. I got a bunch on our page, but I'll let you choose which one you want, and I'll get it shipped over to you, man. Oh. So the first question, okay, it's gonna go from easy to difficult. All right. And if you don't get it, man, it's all good. Don't sweat it. All right. Okay. First question is: in Episode 4, A New Hope, what is Luke Skywalker's call sign during the trench run? What is he referred to as during the trench run?
Red 5.
There we go. Here we go. Yeah, look at this guy. Wow.
Nice.
Man, you're killing it. You are doing really well. All right. Number two. In episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, what is the name of the droids that are trying to attack R2-D2 on Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Starfighter at the very beginning? What is the name of the droids?
They're like flying through the city?
Yeah, no, they're above the city. They're above Coruscant, and they have just been dispatched.
And they're in the and it's the ones that like pop open like that, right? And they're like,
yeah.
I want to say buzz droids.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2 with Mac DeMarco, baby. There we go. Fantastic. All right, this last one may get you. We'll see though. Okay. The hardest one. In episode 7, The Force Awakens. You've seen it 8 times, so you probably know in theaters. What is Finn's First Order Stormtrooper number? It's FN.
I want to say FN 247, but I don't know if that's right.
Close. It does start with a 2.
Two.
Yeah.
17?
218? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got there.
2187. There we go, man. You get 2 shirts. I'll get you 2 shirts.
2187?
FN 2187.
Okay. I thought
4 numbers.
I blew that one. Screw it.
No, you got it, man. Look, before I sign off, if you want to answer this, man, it's up to you. But I want to give you something. I want to kind of tell you, because I did the best, favorite, most fun thing. Can I give you my best, favorite, most fun Mac DeMarco songs? Can I do that for you?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Cool. Okay. Some of the ones I love, the ones I would consider not even your best work because you still got great stuff coming out. One of them might be like, interesting. But I'll tell you why. The Stars Keep Calling My Name. I love it. Great song. But my other one is Choo Choo.
Choo Choo Train song.
Yeah, man. 6 track. I'm a big Parliament guy though, and I love funk. And that
song actually, I just ripped off. There's a Larry Graham bass tutorial. Larry Graham's like the bass player that like invented slapping. He used to play with Sly Stone and Prince. Okay. But there's a tutorial of him playing slap bass and there's that groove, and I was just kind of like, okay, I'll use it.
I hate the tutorial. It's not a real song. No issues there. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. My favorites. This one might surprise you too. One of my favorites. Love this album. Doesn't get enough talk. The Barbecue album. Young Coconuts. Harumi Hanzano, man. You got that vibe going. I love it.
That's a favorite.
That?
I don't even know. Is that the one that goes?
That's the barbecue one. That's whatever one you did for. Yeah.
Okay. I know which song.
Yeah. That's a good one. And Johnny's Odyssey. I guess I like your instrumentals. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that one.
Good stuff. It's a good stuff.
That's what's up.
Now, my most fun Mac DeMarco tune, Just to Put Me Down. Oh, the solo. Oh man, you killed it with that, man. That's funky.
I listened to a lot of Griff at the time when I made that, and I maybe got a little carried away. I don't know. I think I never really quite got to the zone that I like that. I like that song.
That's
the first song. You know what? Verse, chorus, change of chords. Actually, no, I'm just going to play the same chords for the entire song.
Yeah, why not? Dude, there's, like Naive Melody by Talking Heads does that. It's phenomenal. I love that song. There's just a bunch of huge songs out there that don't change the chords, and you don't have to. Screw it. I mean, just do it. Just go all the way through.
If you get away with it, it's hard to, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever gotten away with it, but I think if you can make it work, then you're cooking.
Yes. Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And another one I love is One Another. Beautiful song. Loved it, man. That's a great track. But Mac, I gotta thank you so much for this interview and this moment with you. I feel so lucky to have gotten the privilege to talk to this obviously handsome man who then showed us this incredible thing. I feel very fortunate.
Right there. Look at that. Look, I think he's really tall too, which is
you can't miss it. Like Conan O'Brien height, just covered in pee.
Conan is cool. Huge. He's a huge.
Conan's, you've met Conan. I forgot about that. You've been on his show.
You think about him sitting down in a chair that's how you see him most times. You don't think about it. But then we all got, and a couple guys in my band are like fairly tall, you know, 6, I don't know, 4, 6'5" or whatever. Maybe 6'2", I don't know. But then we all got a photo with Conan after the last time we did a show, and we all look like little kids beside him because he's a giant person. He's so tall. It's crazy. He's like a basketball player. It's insane. Anyway, that's my tidbit.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild, dude. I mean, obviously, Liam Neeson might be the same way, same height, same look. You know, just gotta. If you see him in person, I mean, that's the first thing I'm looking at. Yeah. Hopefully, he comes to a celebration. We can both see him and see just his pants completely wet. That's beautiful. But Mac, thank you so much for your time. And usually at the end of every Bombadcast episode, we have this phrase called "Stay Bombad." I don't know, never had a guest do this before, but could you give us a "Stay Bombad" to end this show?
Yes.
Oh. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Stay Bombad.
Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Beautiful moment. Mac,
Stay Bombad. There you go. That's nice.
Oh, one more. I gotta hear one more. Let's hear.
Stay Bombad. I like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, Mac, where can the people find you before we end this?
Where can they find
music? Yeah, where can they find the music? Where can they find the man himself?
I don't know. You can't find me. I'm on quarantine. Even when I'm not, I don't really leave my house. I think most of our shows for the upcoming, I have no idea how long.
Foreseeable future.
Yeah, for the foreseeable future. I don't have social media, so don't come barking that way. Cool. So if you want to listen to the music or whatever, maybe try a website called google.com.
Yeah. I've heard of Google. I heard it's pretty good. That's where I found this. Okay.
Yeah.
Enough with the Liam Neeson. It's enough with the Liam Neeson. Mac, love doing this with you, man. Any other time you want to come back on, you holla, let me know. Even if you want to just go to Celebration together, we can make it happen, Mac. But for everyone that listened and watched, Mac DeMarco. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thanks for having me.
All Bombad.